The road to the Democrats regaining control of the House of Representatives runs through California. So said Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi. The Democrats could pick up as many as a dozen seats in the state, which just went through a redistricting process which many believe favored the Democrats, who need a net gain of 25 seats nationwide to retake the majority. For Republicans, California, a state where the GOP has only about 30% of registered voters, is a chance to keep Democrats in check.
Democrats have absolutely tried to increase their recruiting, particularly in the Central Valley and in the Inland Empire, which are these growing areas of the state, areas where the new districts have been created, and areas where Democrats historically haven't done well.
One of those new Democratic challengers is former astronaut Jose Hernandez, taking on freshman Republican congressman and military veteran Jeff Denham in Modesto.
Right now we need to get people back to work. And I was able to not only author a bill, but do it in a bipartisan level, get unanimous support in both houses to get veterans a skills job act so that they can actually use the credentials from the best training in the world that they received on active duty and actually use that when they get discharged and be able to immediately step into a job.
A lot of people say you don't have the experience. And I said, well, that's good. That means I don't have any special interests that are behind me, pushing me, trying to make me vote one way or the other. I'm going to be voting for what's best for my district, what's best for my state, what's best for my country, in that order. And I'm saying, going to Washington, I like to say it a lot, it's not rocket science.
Another race expected to be close is in the nearby Sacramento suburbs, where 8-term incumbent Republican Dan Lungren is facing a rematch with Democratic Dr. BERA, who Lungren beat in the last election.
Nancy Pelosi has done a lot of fundraising for my opponent. Nancy Pelosi has spoken out for my opponent. So I think it's a fair thing to say that the people here have an ability to make a decision as to whether they want, frankly, Nancy Pelosi or Nancy Pelosi's proxy to be their representative.
Nobody recruited me to run. We've been here for 20 years. This is a race about the people who live here. If Dan Lungren wants to run against Nancy Pelosi, he should go to San Francisco and run there. This is about representing the people of Sacramento, the people of the 7th Congressional District. And Dan Lungren's failed in doing that, and that's why we're going to win this race in November.
There are also some tight races in Southern California, like San Diego's District 52, where 4-term incumbent Republican Brian Bilbray is being challenged by former city councilman Democrat Scott Peters.
Well, if Congress is doing great, I think you should send the same people back. And I think, in particular with our congressman, it's hard to find what benefit San Diego's getting from this.
Mr. Peters is a walking wallet who's trying to buy his way into Washington. And we've got tons of millionaires that have tried to write blank checks to buy their way in.
Voter turnout could play a crucial role in California. Most analysts agree that a high voter turnout here, as in 2008, will benefit Democrats, while lower voter turnout, like we saw in 2010, would help Republicans. Haven Daily, Associated Press.